Daft Punk speaking. WDPK 80v.7, the sound of tomorrow, the music of today, brings you exclusively Daft Punk.
Everything that we do each time is always being reactive to the previous piece of work that we're putting out.
They go out and do things with incredible intensity and integrity, and they break all the rules. And just watch this space. This group are going to be around for a long time.
Drag it, drop it, zip and zip it.
Revolution 909.
Our first album, Homework, was more set into a post-teenager kind of, a trendy scene. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but with underground labels and the techno scene and the rave scene and something where it's this kind of teenage hip thing that you're trying to chase. Whereas Discovery was definitely a way to go back to childhood memories and to this very innocent times, but almost it's true in a provocative way. The record came out in 2001 with the starting of the animated music videos and Interstellar came like 2 years later. But also we thought it was an interesting way for people to have a second understanding, of the music that they would listen first. So everything, it was a lot of ideas around the music and saying, okay, we're gonna do this album and it's gonna tell a story, and how can we tell the story at the same time? So we chose animation over live action and find a way we would just have these kind of animated vignettes or music videos in a chapter for all the tracks of the record, and then we would transform ourselves physically into robots.
And I think it was a very optimistic and very exciting time for us.
Yeah.
Come on in, everybody. Today I'll be ranking some Daft Punk albums, and I will be discussing who Daft Punk is and what role they played in the music industry and how they pioneered the EDM genre. Daft Punk were a French electronic music duo formed in 1993 in Paris by Thomas Bangalter and Guy-Manuel de Homencristo. They achieved popularity in the late 1990s as part of the French house movement, combining elements of house music with funk, disco, techno, rock, and synth pop. They garnered acclaim and commercial success and are regarded as one of the most influential acts in dance music. Homework was Daft Punk's first studio album, released on January 17, 1997 with Virgin Records. The success brought worldwide attention to French house music. The album revived house music and departed from the Eurodance formula, which was popular at the time. They produced the tracks without plans to release an album. After working on projects that were intended to be separate singles over 5 months, they considered the material good enough for an album. The album was commercially successful and appeared in 14 national charts, peaking at number 150 in the United States Billboard 200 and at number 37 on the Australian Albums Chart. By February 2001, the album had sold more than 2 million copies worldwide and received several gold and platinum certifications. Overall, Homework received positive critical response. The album features singles that had significant impact in the French house and global dance music scenes. These include the US Billboard Hot Dance / Cub Play #1 singles, The Funk and Around the World, the latter of which reached number 61 on the Billboard Hot 100. Homework was recorded from 1994 to 1996, with Daft Punk saying themselves that the album was essentially a glorified singles compilation. Discovery was the second studio album by Daft Punk. It was released on March 12, 2001 by Virgin Records and Daft Life. It marked a shift in the sound from a house in Chicago, which they are previously known for, to disco, post-disco, garage house, and synth-pop-inspired house. The album provided itself as a soundtrack to the entire anime film Interstellar 5555, the story of the Secret Star System, which was a collaboration between Daft Punk, Leiji Matsumoto, and Toei Animation. All of the music videos for the tracks on the album are the segments of the film, which follow the story of a kidnapped extraterrestrial band. Discovery was recognized as a concept album in reviews by New Musical Express and Spin magazines. The early versions of the album included a Daft Club membership card. The card included a code which granted access to an online music service which featured the tracks that are later released on the album of the same name and Alive in 1997. Discovery was recorded from 1998 to 2000 in Paris, France. Human After All is the third studio album by Daft Punk. It was released on March 8, 2005 in Japan through Toshiba EMI, March 14, 2005 in the UK, and March 15, 2005 in the USA and the rest of the world through Virgin Records. The album was recorded between September 13th and October 9, 2004, and was co-produced by Cedric Hervet and Gildas Loez. Human After All was created in 6 weeks in the Daft House studio in Paris. Thomas Bangalter stated that Human After All speaks for itself. Critics found the album very raw and uncut, but more spontaneous than other Daft Punk albums. A remix album was released called Human After All Remixes. Random Access Memories is the fourth and final studio album by Daft Punk. It was released by the duo's imprint Daft Life under exclusive license to Columbia Records on May 17, 2013. The album pays tribute to the late 1970s and early 1980s era of music in the United States, particularly the sounds that emerged from Los Angeles. This tribute was reflected in the gradual promotional rollout for the album that included billboards, television advertisements, and a web series. Unlike their previous studio albums, Daft Punk recruited session musicians to perform live instrumentation in professional recording locations, and limited the use of electronic instruments to drum machines, a custom-built modular synthesizer, and vintage vocoders. The album features collaborations with Giorgio Moroder, Panda Bear, Julian Casablancas, Todd Edwards, DJ Falcon, Chili Gonzalez, Nile Rodgers, Paul Williams, and Pharrell Williams. Random Access Memories is the most critically successful album, scoring 87 out of 100 on Metacritic. In the 2014 56th Annual Grammy Awards, it won Grammy Awards for Album of the Year, Best Dance/Electronica Album, and Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, and Lead Single, Get Lucky. Won for Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo/Group Performance. The album was a commercial success and debuted at number 1 in 20 countries. The duo has been inactive ever since, apart from their collaborations with The Weeknd on his tracks Starboy and I Feel It Coming. Alive 1997 is a live album by Daft Punk recorded in 1997 and released in 2001. The album contains an excerpt of a 45-minute, 30-second performance at Birmingham's K Club in 1997 during the Daft and Direct tour. It was initially released through the online Daft Club service under the name Daft Live. Both CD and LP versions of the album came with a sticker sheet. Alive 2007 is a live album released by Daft Punk in 2007. It features live songs from the performance at Bercy in Paris, France, on their Alive 2007 tour. The album won the Grammy Award for the Best Electronic Dance Album in 2009. A live version of Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, containing elements of Television Rules the Nation / Crescendos and Around the World / Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger also won a Grammy that year for Best Electronic / Dance Recording. The physical release in North America was delayed to December 4th due to production issues, but the album became available as a digital download on November 20th, 2007. A special edition of the album was created that includes the encore from the Live 2007 tour on a second disc, which is included on the digital copy as well. It also includes a 50-page book containing photographs from the tour taken by DJ Falcon. The Live 2007 set used Ableton Live software on custom-made supercomputers for the show. Daft Punk accessed the hardware remotely with Behringer DCR-2000M MIDI controllers and Jazz Mutant Lemur touchscreen pads within the central pyramid. Mini-Moog Voyager RME units were also implemented for the live performances. The 4 Voyager units and 2 Behringer mixers allow Daft Punk to mix, shuffle, trigger, loops, filter, distort samples, EQ in and out, transpose or destroy, and deconstruct synth lines. The majority of the equipment that was stored away during the live sets within the offstage towers of the pyramid. The soundtrack to Joseph Kosinski's Tron Legacy was composed by Daft Punk. It was released December 7, 2010, 10 days before the movie came out. The soundtrack can be ordered online with a poster depicting Daft Punk in their cameo appearance in the film. 2 bonus songs are only available on iTunes, and another can be bought on Amazon. The song Sunrise Prelude is only available at OVI. A special edition of the soundtrack is also available on Amazon.ca and Amazon.co.uk. It's unknown when it will be available in the US. The first publicly released track was Derez online, and a promotional video with clips from the film. The official Daft Punk music video for the track was released with the soundtrack. Around the same time, The Game Has Changed was posted as a 30-second preview on Tron Legacy's Facebook page. 5 more tracks were previewed at Comic-Con. Alive 2017 is a tour that Daft Punk was rumored to be working on. The rumor started in summer 2016 when a website and a Facebook page popped up named Alive 2017 that announced Daft Punk were going to be touring at some point in 2017 and releasing a new album following the tour. The website and Facebook's page were exposed as fake and unofficial. However, some still say that Daft Punk were using them as a hint towards the future. Reddit user Spaceship of the Daft Punk subreddit claimed the site as theirs and confirmed it as fake. After 3 years or so of Daft Punk not releasing any of their own music, people were wondering whether they had given up on music production or were working on something big. Since their live albums, Alive 1997 and Alive 2007, both had the ending of the number 7, fans expected that Thomas and Guy-Man were going to announce a tour for 2017 after years of silence. After months of waiting, in September 2016, the pair collaborated scarcely with The Weeknd on his new song, Starboy, and 3 days after the song's release, a website popped up named Alive2017.com, which links to a page with a black background and the word Alive written in the middle. When you look into the source code of the Alive2007.com website, you can see the text shown in the image to the right. The part of it that caught many hardline Daft Punk fans' eyes is a Shep logged out sign-off at the bottom of the text. The reason this sparked up interest is because Shep is a character from the pair's musical movie Interstellar 5555. The site has been confirmed as fake, and we are yet to hear from any representatives of Daft Punk or the duo themselves. In early 2000, a supposed beta version of Discovery was leaked on numerous websites like Napster and LimeWire. Of course, this album would contain a bunch of mislabeled tracks attributed to Daft Punk, but it also featured real Discovery tracks such as One More Time, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, High Life, Voyager, and Very Disco. However, the tracks, with the exception of One More Time, which was just the single version, were just fan-made edits and extended versions of snippets that leaked throughout the year. There's also 3 tracks that featured names of which would appear on the final version of Discovery: Aerodynamic, Superheroes, and Short Circuit, leading to believe that those were the real demos of said tracks. However, the only similarities with these real tracks are just the names, since, again, these are just mislabeled tracks and not real demos. A video with more information about the fake version of Discovery can be found on the upper right-hand corner by Peter Tranquillo. He does a really good job explaining the fake tracks. Epilogue is the name of a video uploaded by Daft Punk on their social media on February 22nd, 2021 as an announcement of their split and the end of their career. It was the #1 trending video on YouTube on the date it was released. The video consists primarily of a scene from their 2006 film, Daft Punk's Electroma. It begins with a text that says Epilogue and the date the video was uploaded, February 22nd, 2021. Then the 2 robots appear walking on a desert, but suddenly Tomas Bengalter begins to walk slower until he stops. Manuel de Homen Cristo turns and walks towards Thomas. Then Thomas takes off his jacket and turns around, revealing that he has a self-destruct button on his back. He asks Guy to press it. Guy presses the button and Tomas walks away as the countdown starts. When the countdown comes to an end, Tomas explodes and his body is destroyed. Later, an image appears on the screen. The image shows the hands of the 2 robots forming a triangle together and a text that reads 1993-2021, which means that the duo's career since 1993 has ended in 2021. To end the video, it appears a shot of Guy walking away with the sunset while their song Touch plays. Fans and celebrities alike pour in their support after they hear of Daft Punk's retirement. Daft Punk's retirement will not be forgotten, and their legacy will not be forgotten as becoming the pioneers of French house music and revolutionizing EDM as a whole. After Daft Punk's retirement, they have put out unreleased tracks and early takes of famous songs like Get Lucky. It is not known if the group will get back together, but Daft Punk fans hope that they will, because 2027, we don't know if they're gonna have a reunion tour, but all we can do is just wait.
Okay. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! No, get the camera! Money! Oh my god!
Coincidence? I think not!